Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Episode 68. Welcome back.
Yeah, we spent so much time on video games last time.
Did we?
It was nutty.
We did. I remember now.
Also, it was like the fastest I ever edited our podcast.
Because, like,
I just
timestamps.
Zoomed right the fuck through it. Yeah, we didn't get off video games until an hour and 8 minutes in.
Damn.
Yes.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah. Just means there's even more manga to talk about this time.
Yes.
Should I start with the things we missed panel?
The things we missed.
The things we missed, Kodar. Da, dun, 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 dun.
What do we miss?
Astro Baby.
Well, yeah.
Which was the train chapter.
Yes. And unfortunately, we don't have a new chapter to talk about this week either.
That'll be next week. I don't even remember like half the conversations they had, so I'm flipping back through it. But I do love how it starts with, again, gassing Grandpa.
As always.
However, as Chips also sensed, this old man is inscrutable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember too much of the specific conversations,
Cute
but
character stuff. He has a gun now.
yes, I did notice that. And there's a new, oh my god, Cooper. And this weird dude just wants to like play with people. Is that what he said?
No, he's starting with the meal before
yes,
he gets to Billy Boy.
I don't know if he's there specifically for him or if it's just a coincidence, but it's probably not. But of course, it's like now Billy's got to deal with it himself because
Baby's offline. Baby's on cooldown.
yeah, he's like, I'm going to sleep. And just so you know, nothing will wake me up.
Ever.
And I'm like, so that's going to be a thing. Cool. It's like, you can't say stuff like that and not immediately make people realize that means that danger is about to happen.
That's true. You invited it, baby.
Yes.
Now it's time to see what kind of soldier Billy is.
I mean, I'm going to assume he's competent in some ways.
I'm going to hope and pray.
Yeah, for real. Because I would kind of...
Because he is also young. I don't know how much experience he's had since enlisting.
Field experience? Probably none. I mean, it's just really whatever he was trained, because he didn't seem very experienced.
He killed a man.
Yeah, well, he just didn't seem experienced when all the shit went down in the hospital at first. You know what I mean? When Abby was born. So...
Or the soldiers.
I don't know. It's just... Maybe he can pull something out of his bag, and I mean, because realistically, all you gotta do is like get this guy to fall off the train somehow, and then you're all set. It's like,
good.
You know what I mean? Unless you're gonna come to find out that they can grow wings or that they can run super fast and get back onto the train. Otherwise,
Fabricant 100 style.
I wouldn't know.
I know you wouldn't know. Nobody would know.
Didn't that get canceled?
Oh, it sure did.
It had a fucking gnarly first chapter, though, that I skimmed through and didn't read, but it was like, that dude's head is off. I remember that much, and I was like, I'm going to add this to my currently reading list.
So you had that Black Butler set up where you had like a powerful mentor / guardian to a rich kid. Well, not rich, but kid that they're eventually going to consume in some way. Very Black Butler.
Very.
Yeah, they're all homunculi searching for human body parts to improve themselves with.
But you know what they're not? Exorcists. So they got canceled.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
Sad days.
Weekly exorcism. Jump.
It's like 4 now, right?
Yeah, I think. Unless one of them get canceled.
Well, because
Is New Age Exorcist still going?
Yes. I'm pretty sure. I thought we were talking about that because it's like at 100 chapters now, isn't it?
Here you go. I'm scrolling back quite a bit. And then
well, it can't be that much because that would mean that New Age Exorcist has been out for 2 years.
Oh, Shadow and the Rage got canceled?
Yes.
So tragic.
We talked about that last week, I think. Because there's the 2 new ones.
We got...
Right there. Isn't that one right there?
No, that's Super Psychic Policeman Chojo. A second cop and his rookie partner tackle neighborhood crimes in their own wonky way.
Might as well be. Because there's...
Oh, here we go. Kyokuto Necromance.
Yep, that was one I was just going to say.
Nue's Exorcist. Yokai Buster Murakami.
Mm-hmm.
And Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi. Say we got 4.
And JJK.
And JJK.
Because technically that is what that is.
Now we could stretch a little further to Chainsaw Man if they were actually doing that in Chainsaw Man. See what should we? We did not.
Yes, no, we did not talk about that.
But first, the things we forgot corner.
Yes.
Next up, Spy X Family.
A cute little chapter about her, I guess, learning that what all people in war need to learn, that the other side is just human too.
Yes, it's always such a good trope to me. I don't even know if I should call it a trope, but just
A fact of
story
life.
structure. No, I more mean like the enemy taking in soldier of the other side. That kind of story beat. Always down for that.
Yeah, because I mean, there's acts of kindness everywhere, so it's not like. And it's a good, like, perfect way to shatter the propaganda machine. You know what I mean? Or that has, like, a grip on somebody. At least in my mind it is, because, I mean...
And coming full circle with her telling Henry how beautiful it is out there. Or in her head telling him.
Too bad.
Too bad.
He's with another woman. Tears keep falling out my face.
The Spy X Family author, Tatsuya Endo, could learn a thing or two from Yukinobu on tying some of these romances up, making them actually like...
Yes, but at least with Spy Family, he has a reason that they never happened, because it was stated that way at the beginning of the series.
But Henderson...
It
doesn't have to be that way for everybody.
Yeah, true. True.
Saying it's progress, because they're going to get there eventually. But just some little bits.
Who's going to get there eventually? Henderson and...
No, Lloyd and
Lloyd
York definitely going to get there eventually. I hope Henderson, though.
Right? I mean, some late life love.
I'd love to see some chinks in the armor.
Yes.
Let love in your heart, Lloyd.
Well...
And assassinate Henderson's wife, Maria.
She's still alive?
His wife?
Yeah.
I have no clue. I'm guessing so, because they're not... Then again, they did dance at the dance.
I was going to say, they danced at the thing, and I've never seen her.
True.
Not that that means a side character
he
doesn't
widowed?
exist. Yeah, exactly.
She needs to slide in there.
We're going to have to start looking at his fingers.
Yeah. Most elegant.
Trying to cop that ring, boy.
I have a new side mission.
Scroll through all chapters of Spy Family now that Anderson is in. And look at his fingers. Does he wear the ring?
Do a whole Reddit board of my research.
Only to come to find out the next day, or the next chapter, that she is still alive and he just doesn't wear it to work. He's one of those people.
I was wondering if I'm just going to find a whole bunch of panels that conveniently his left hand is out of frame.
Dude, watch him wearing... Well, because he's like a butler stereotype. Watch him be wearing white gloves.
He probably is wearing white gloves the whole time.
I'm going to fucking Google him right now. Oh, no, he's not.
Got hands.
He's not. No. Elegant!
Good damn. Once you got the recent chapters.
Well, that's his left hand, bro.
It is.
And there's no ring on it while they're dancing at the ball.
She's merely an old friend. Come on, man. Come on.
It's there.
Oh, my God. That Lego Henderson's amazing.
That is quite amazing. And then,
oh
is this
my
an
God.
Android? Dude's got a fucking stash of justice. I hope when I'm his age I have a mustache as cool as that.
Fuck yeah.
Though I would find eating with that thing miserable. You just always...
What an incredible time for that to come into frame.
This? Yours?
Miserable.
Yes. I'd feel like you'd be chewing on it the whole time. Anytime you put food in your mouth, you'd be biting on it and it'd be pulling at your lip.
That's why I only eat tea.
True.
Most elegant. Oh my God.
All the artwork from it's great.
The Spike's family fandom is based.
But
also the fact that all these very recent pages are all up on here too. Just says a lot about like the community, I think.
yeah, so none of these pictures I see that has his left hand, none of them has a ring on it.
So she needs to get back in there, man.
Henderson needs to man up and be like, I have always loved you since the day we first met.
You work for a pharmaceutical... You work for an arms manufacturer? Goodbye. Weapons of war.
I do think that the Yor and Anya family connection is really going to bring Twilight. Not down, but, bring him back down to the world of people type deal.
Human beings.
Yes.
The thing he's clearly so disconnected from.
But I think that's something that's going to be, like, way late end game of Spy Family.
Big sad. I hope there's more of a long-term transition here.
Maybe. I mean, I would be okay with that, too. But I think the author... Because, again, we have zero concepts or means to gauge how long Spy Family is going to go.
That's the big thing is I have no clue how long it's going to be.
And I'm sure that even the author might not know. You know what I mean? He might just be like, right now I'm just chilling and I'm just...
That's a good thing of writing a comedy manga, too, is that he could just keep going for as long as it's profitable.
And I'm sure he's going to want to keep the family dynamic the way it is right now.
That makes me sad.
Because that comedic element of none of the three of them knowing what they are, well, other than Anya.
Yeah.
But, Lloyd doesn't know Yor's an assassin or that Anya's a telepath, and Yor doesn't know that Lloyd's a spy or that Anya's a telepath. You know what I mean? So...
But they could still chip away at the will they, won't they part without chipping away at the identity part yet.
True. But as long as the chipping away of the will they, won't they won't interfere with the other half.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you could say, okay, say you have a 4-chapter mini arc or something like that, where it's just like something like this with Henderson, but reversed, and it's just Lloyd and Yor.
That's what I mean, like either the Henderson thing or what Anya and Damien just went through. I want that kind of treatment for Lloyd and Yor specifically now.
But so say that does happen, then what happens?
Get a proper will they, won't they arc, where one of them finally goes, wait a minute. Did I maybe cop a feeling here?
Which one you think? Well, it's definitely going to be Yor.
She's already closer.
Yeah.
I would prefer if it was Twilight.
But that's never going to happen.
No.
Not in a million years.
Though he's also the one that's shown some cracks time and time again, where he's just like, what am I doing? Or that's what it means to be a good father. Where it's like, I could see it. Maybe going into his mind, it's like, did I just think of Yor over the mission? What is this?
I could see him have an existential crisis about that.
I can't go to the handler. She'll think I'm unfit for duty. Let me go to Frankie. And Frankie will set him straight. Yeah. Frankie will tell him exactly what's going down.
Franco did the exact opposite of what Lloyd would want him to do. But then the exact thing that we as an audience would want him to do.
See, it's perfect.
So it's perfect for us, but horrible for Lloyd.
I just worry that, like, that stuff will start happening when he goes to wrap it up. And I'd rather have it, like, if it was going to be 200 chapters, because we just hit the 100 chapter mark. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's going to be 200 chapters. I'd really like for, like, right now, work those dynamics. But this is still if.
How many stellar stars does she have? 2?
I think 2.
You need 5?
I have no clue. I think it's more. I think it's 7 stars, 5 bolts. Is like the 5 bolts is the bad one.
Because if you want to go that route of that she gets all the stars, it's less than halfway done. But at the same time, they could also just bang out those stars.
8 stellar stars.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's... I don't see that happening.
Those Google AI, though.
I don't see Anya, like you said last week, I don't see Anya holding her shit together well enough.
Yeah, Reddit people also believe she's at 2.
That she's what?
She's at 2 stars.
Oh, yeah, I'm like 90% sure, because it's the bus incident, and then this kid that she saved from swimming.
And she has 2 bolts.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Punching Damien in the face, and then... Oh, wait a minute. No, she should... Oh, no. I just tried counting something twice.
I believe she has 2 Tostitos. I'm pretty sure she has 2 tortellinis. I'm pretty sure she has 2 tortillas. You fools don't even read the mango. She has 2 Totinos.
See, that's why I love Reddit. For shit like that.
That was a good thread. That was a good one.
I like
Updates for all of you.
Yes, I like threads that go like that. But you know the one thing you don't like about Reddit, though? Is that comment sections, if you're trying to read a comment section for comments on the post, it's the worst thing in the world. Because you'll find the top comment, and then the next 150 comments below it that you have to scroll through are replies to that comment. So you can't get to the next comment. All you see is replies, and I wish there was
it's literally like a
yeah, and then you just like scroll like kind of fast, get into the middle of it, and now all of a sudden the comments are talking about some completely different thing because now someone's replying to a reply to a reply.
Yeah, you passed the second reply, and now you're into the replies to the second reply. Now you got to scroll back up to the beginning of that second reply.
And at this point, they're having a sub-conversation about things that have nothing to do with the original comment. So I'm just sitting here like, oh, okay, why did I come to the comments section again? But
next on the things we missed corner.
Roll it.
Kagurabachi.
Oh shit, we didn't talk about Kagurabachi last week?
Nope.
For shame.
So we have 2 chapters.
2 chapters.
2 bangers.
Actually read Kagurabachi.
Double bangers.
No, I lied. I didn't read that today. That was like the one thing that I read on Saturday was Kagurabachi.
Sunday.
Like Sunday, yes. When it came out yesterday.
And same.
The fucking grenades was dope, though.
Yeah, it was. The whole fight was dope. Him using the fish as, like, cover at first. But then also sending them out to transport them with Hakuri.
For someone who literally just unlocked his power, like, 15 minutes ago, not even, Hakuri's doing very well at controlling it.
Him blowing up the crowd like that, just saying on the stairs, that is a banger page.
It is, yeah, that's
There's no faster way to make me love a character than a boss-ass page like that. That is currently...
You guys show me a Twitter.
My Twitter picture.
Oh, there you go.
Someone colored it. They said, use as you will. I immediately switched my profile picture and said, thanks, I will.
There you go.
So good. Hakuri Nation. The only time Hakurei fans are going to have me on their side is when it's a completely different Hakurei from a completely different series. Hakurei over Hakurei.
I am missing JJK though. I'm hoping it comes back this next week.
It has a counter. It has 7 days on it.
Oh, nice.
So it should be back next week.
Hopefully he's okay. I don't know
Agreed.
what the health issues that he had. I know all I remember hearing was a medical emergency or felt ill. One or the other. But hopefully it was nothing too serious. So that he can come back to work and, get things done as he sees fit.
Yes.
But anyway, Kagurabachi
saves the people and items in the auction, and he brings out Shinuichi.
He's like, "Yo,
I'm getting him a bag.
Why are you bitches running? What are you scared of? Get in here and bid on this sword."
Yes, I don't care if grenades are going off. We got an auction to do.
For real, this dude's committed. He's also, quite adept at using his powers as well, too.
Yes.
Some of the shit he was pulling off against Chihiro in there was some gnarly work. But then in this new chapter...
I love this fight as a whole. I was already digging into the new chapter.
I mean... Dude, fucking... Chihiro's just so boss. Alright?
So badass. And Hokuzono's, so good with angles in movement.
And these two people here, just as the Shuniichi Bidden team, are they from the Kabunari?
Yes. That's my assumption, at least.
Okay.
Him throwing the sword through the rocks. Oh, hit him with that Naruto Sasuke combo.
Yeah. Fucking... And he's like, "I caught it. Grenades. Oh, you should have paid more attention." And then after image 2, oh, it was so...
The whole thing was good. Him even being like, "You've surpassed my imagination so many times, so this time I'm on to you." Expecting more from him. It's like, well, if I was aiming here and you always surpassed me, I'm going to assume you're up here now.
And then still...
Way high.
went further beyond...
I also just love that.
Plus Ultra.
The way it popped into his head, too. Oh, where was it?
The thing with Hakurei?
Yeah, because he says it right before.
After he gets cut.
It's after he gets cut?
Yeah. "Dad, I've decided I'm going to be a leader who surpasses you."
Oh, that wasn't even the spot either. I was thinking, one part in this fight, right here, actually. Your best would have been believing in Hakurei.
Oh, yes. This last part was interesting that the enchanted blades are limited by their eternal contracts. If the point of the box is for double protection in case of the master dies, in other words, enchanted blades should have the same thing, right? It's confusing because I feel like each of those 3 bubbles are disjointed and this piece is missing in the English of it, but I get the point of it. So it's basically a double layer of protection, so if someone kills the owner, they can't just take the sword or whatever.
They're trying to guess why Shiniuichi's the one that has the extra protection. I'm assuming that it still has some sort of function outside of its master. Maybe it has so much magic power, it just has an effect being out.
Well, because he is making sure he keeps it near him, so I was expecting some kind of, sustaining life. Something that will keep him alive.
That would also be interesting. Yeah, he did warp it over to himself.
And then just put it next to him.
We still gotta keep in mind that shady guy plans to be the one that has it in the end of the day.
Yes.
I still bet it's going to be when it's already in Kaminabi's hands and back at their base, he's going to come for it. That's my guess, because then the blade and the person who has the contract with it should be in the same place at the same time.
Which would always be the worst possible.
Yeah, they should ship that thing to another country the moment they have their hands on it.
I wouldn't do that. I would ship him to another country.
Yeah, you're right. Because then that government's just going to store it, and they're going to wait. They're going to hire some dudes. If it was America, they'll pay some dudes to watch that box. And the moment's like, it's a little different today. Get a cool guy to touch it. See if it works. And then boom, weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, because it's like any country can be patient enough to wait 30 years.
Yeah, they don't even have to assassinate the guy. They just have to keep passing it down through the government till...
And then I feel like it would be much easier to assassinate a person than to steal an artifact like that. You know what I mean? Because you go into a country, what's harder, assassinating someone or stealing a nuke?
Yeah. The former. By a long shot.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The nuke's going to have way more security. I mean, in this...
And it's just bigger. You're also stealing and moving something.
I mean, too, just like the fact that the regulations and the security around the nuke. But at the same time, the keys to the nuke should have the same level of scrutiny and security that the nuke has.
Yeah.
So you would think this guy would have the same security. Just in a different
location.
I hope. But people are fucking stupid.
And complacent. That's the other part.
Yes.
Everything's hunky-dory for long enough. They don't have to... They ease up on the security. Maybe that's wasted money and manpower.
True.
It's not. But that's how they'll see it.
Whatever. You guys do you. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I like your idea. I don't think that... I mean, who knows? Well, anything could happen with it. I don't think that Chihiro is going to get it.
I also don't.
Is my thing.
Not with the forces that be. That... Or we still haven't seen Flame Fist Girl.
Yeah,
after they had the encounter.
Yeah, but he teleported away. Yes,
but I still feel like she'd be around. It's kind of her job.
It is. It's also, too, I don't see him fighting the Shinuichi full on yet. Because if that's the strongest one, you don't want to... You don't have the second sword you fight be the strongest sword. You know what I mean? Because then everything after it is going to seem... I mean, not necessarily, but everything after it will just seem lesser if this one's the most
depends.
powerful.
There's always those ways to be like, I only showed you 10% of the Shinuichi when we fought, Chihiro.
Well, yeah, it could be something like that, and then he runs away. But I mean, like a full start to finish fight with it, defeated the Shinuichi type thing. I don't see that happening. But who knows? Shinuichi could just be like, every time I swing the sword, it's just like
explosions everywhere.
Uber blast wave explosions or whatever, and that would be like might makes right, you know what I mean, type deal.
Yeah,
that's why it's the strongest. But some of the others have hacks abilities, like the fucking his Koro, the
Nishiki,
the fucking fish,
Black Blade,
those things. But it's good stuff.
Another banger. Probably almost done with this arc.
Yeah, I'd say probably... I would guess 3 more chapters.
Yeah, it's going to be a switch up here, extended fight, and then another switch up.
And then, I mean, if you want to count maybe a 4th chapter for just like the post stuff, you know what I mean? Where it's just like
the little boy getting back his big sis.
Yeah, like, you know, the things
Hakuri deciding to stay and make love to Chihiro forever.
I don't know about that, but I'm sure they'll team up somehow or become allies. Or definitely, as long as one of them doesn't die. I say one of them as long as Hakuri doesn't die, because Chihiro ain't dying. He's got that MC plot armor. What are you looking at?
Trying to find out how old Hakuri is.
Oh, I mean, 15 to 18 range, I'd say. Maybe 19. No, he's got it because he's younger than Chihiro, and Chihiro's 19.
Yes.
So 16, maybe.
I don't want to keep making those make-out jokes then. Seems completely unrevealed.
Oh, well. Younger than Chihiro.
Yep. Garbage.
Was that everything?
Undead Unluck.
Oh, yes.
I feel like we did talk a little
Your
bit.
phone really just doesn't like you sometimes, huh?
It really just doesn't. It's like not even like a dead part of the screen. Like it still works over here where I was clicking.
It just
doesn't like
certain things. What is that you're trying to X out right now? Oh, you're trying to
do the little drop downs on Google. It just doesn't want me.
Whatever.
Yep.
Fuck you, Google. Well, you know what it probably is, actually. It's probably intentional because you're using Google on Safari on an Apple instead of their phone.
Well, that'll push me into Bing's open arms.
Bing?
Bing. Has it been that long since you heard it?
It has been.
Brutal. Someone said duck, duck, go the other day, and I thought I was having an aneurysm.
Dude. It actually hasn't been that long because I watched this short today before I came to get you of both of those.
Just Bing it, bro.
You ever see that guy? It's like the Italian guy. He just sits at tables eating and talking to himself, and he plays different characters.
No.
I don't know his name, but if he's been showing up in my... Because I watched, a few videos, and then another one comes up, and I watched that one, and then a few hours later, another one comes up. So... Now he's just all over the place on my stuff, so... But yeah, he's funny. I'll show him to you at some time. Undead Unluck. Undead Unluck.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Because we did talk some of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not... I'm going to watch 2 episodes, so... All I can really say is that... The stars are back. And they weren't there before, apparently. But I'm like, if the stars and all of the planets weren't there, the moon had to have been there, because I feel like I've seen it earlier in the series anyway. I'm just sitting here like... What was lighting up the sky when she was drawing the pictures anyway? Because if you didn't have anything in the sky, because there was nothing. Once the galaxy thing, Yuma, or whatever it is, came out, it showed all the planets, Jupiter, Saturn, appear there, all the galaxies, all the stars came into the sky. Without any of that shit.
The sun and the moon already existed then.
Yeah. Because when they come out into Australia, you can tell there's no light there. The sky is pitch black, and the light in choice on the ground is like, oh yeah, there's just nothing in the sky. So I was like, oh, is the dude just that big and they're in his shadow? No, he's just returning the fucking stars to the world. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I still think it's super cool that the world is like built off of like punishments that they've been getting.
Yes, and they have 2 more to go.
And the fact that it's just like they all seem genuinely unbeatable. Because like you've already gone through like 50 punishments.
98.
98, is it 100 to like?
Well, I think
or like 101.
It's a weird number. I feel like if I remember.
I think it's 102. I think it's a full 100 and then like 2 extra slots.
Yeah, something like that.
It was weird.
It was weird. But right now they have the 1 slot left in the bulk and then the big one at the bottom.
Yeah.
So they technically have 1 more freebie where it's just like, oh,
and then the end of the world.
Then, yeah. The Unjustice thing was cool.
So cool.
Just fucking decimated that alien fucking
She's so rad.
alliance.
And I love her.
Yeah. She's like, Now fuck off and tell the universe not to fuck with Earth. And he's like, okay.
God, you're like one episode away from like a good thing, I feel like.
Yeah, they're going to fight on Repair.
Oh, he's a couple episodes away then. Yeah, it's actually a couple or a few episodes away.
Which is probably the worst decision from a tactical standpoint.
I feel like taking on someone named Unrepair in general is a really bad choice.
Send in your dude whose entire combat resolves around repairing himself. I get it. He wants to go
and
to
the person
see
who
that
has to touch people.
Yeah. So, and they sent who else? Who in the thing?
Oh yeah, they sent oh my God, yes. Yes. Tabitha? Is that her name? Oh, I love her. Tatiana. The big orb.
Yes.
I love Tatiana. Don't Google her. Don't Google her.
I assume it would be a spoiler because you'd see what she actually looks like inside of the
her.
thing. Yeah. I wouldn't.
She's great. I fucking love her.
Yeah, obviously it can be fine, but still, it's like, why would you send the dude that repairs himself to fight on Repair? Other than the fact that he wants to go see if he can die from it.
I'll say her negator powers just...
Tatiana?
Yeah. The only one that makes sense to send there. Well,
I'll find out eventually.
Eventually. I like Unrepair a lot too, actually.
He doesn't seem like a nice guy.
He's not a nice guy. He's like a little twink emo boy bad guy. But I like
Definitely not somebody you want on the table, but at the same time his ability sounds really good to put on the table. Because fuck the other dude in Hawaii.
Was it Unseen?
No, it was like on Heat, but then they just got rid of.
Oh, is it
Heat.
Burn? Yeah, Yuma Burn.
Yeah, they already took him out, so kind of negates the point.
Probably Unburn. But yeah.
Undead Unluck.
I hope you watch more.
I will. Because like I said, too, there's like...
I feel bad for talking about Unrepair's backstory.
Yeah, it's whatever. There's 2, maybe, animes next month, or next season, next week, that I even care about. I mean, I'll stumble into something else to watch as well, but I'm pretty sure that Spice Wolf is continuing with 2 cores back to back. I could be wrong on that. Either way, I stopped watching after like 3 or 4 episodes so they can binge it.
Nice.
And there's one of the new romance things I'm interested in because it sounds funny. Comedic romance. Whatever her name is, hides her feelings in Russian. That's the name of the thing. So,
Edgy girl.
huh?
I said edgy girl.
She's, I guess, she speaks Russian, obviously, and she tells the person every day how she feels about him in Russian to his face. But I guess in the synopsis it says that he speaks Russian, but she doesn't know that.
Nice.
So I'm like, how long can that go, though?
Yeah.
You know?
That is cute, though, that it's a cute little twist on it.
So we'll find out how good the voice actor speaks Russian. Not that I speak Russian to really judge.
I'm sure you'll still be able to tell.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can tell very well that the Japanese voice actor for Shin is debatable on how good his Chinese is, because it's the accent that's weird. You know what I mean? You know how when you hear like John Cena speaking Chinese?
Yes, I do know how John Cena's speaking Chinese. I'm well aware of that one.
It's like, yeah, you're saying all of the words.
He does get a really good enunciations in there, though, for a white man.
But then there's no literal zero Chinese accent in it, which is fine because you would say he's just speaking Mandarin with an American accent because he's an American, but it sounds weird because there is no accents of Mandarin in his Mandarin.
Yeah.
So it sounds weird. But then when Shin's voice actor says it, it's the opposite. It feels like a Japanese person speaking English kind of deal. But he's not speaking English. He's speaking Chinese. / Mandarin. I don't know which one.
Yeah, I don't know jack shit.
I know they're different somehow. Or maybe Mandarin's the correct name for the language instead of saying China. I don't know.
No clue.
I know it's specified that somehow it's different. I don't know the difference. But yeah, so I mean, because I've watched Chinese animes before with subtitles, so I'm at least somewhat familiar with it.
See, I watched dub, like a
Like
cultured man.
Plebeian that you are.
It wasn't a very good anime though, so it's okay.
Mine was, but now it's on Crunchyroll because I guess it just is now just dubbed in Japanese now. But it's like, so I watched the first season. I forget what it's called. But this is just some super, it's not a isekai, just some super highly over the powered top dude. But in the first season, you get to know all of these characters, right? All of them. And it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then something happens at the end where his love interest gets murdered. And he just goes on a rampage and just literally just destroys the fabric of space and time. And just, so basically killing everybody.
I haven't known a single Chinese anime to just be like
normal,
low key and chill.
No, it's always over the top. But then he uses his powers to rebuild it and put himself back at the beginning of season 1, and then goes through it differently. But then I looked it up because that was the end of season 1. It's a daily comic, and there's like 1,800 chapters or something like that.
Oh my god!
Because I don't know how many pages each comic is,
like
but it's like
hopefully for that cursed sake.
For real. So, I mean, the 1,800 is an exact. I remember seeing it, and it was an ungodly high number. That I was like, oh, so this will never be fully animated. Got it. But now it's got like 4 seasons.
It's like, Maybe I'll start reading Undead Unluck tonight.
There you go. I won't. I'll read it after.
Maybe I'll wait for you then.
Potentially.
I'll wait for you.
I didn't read any Sakamoto.
I didn't either, so thank God. Ooh.
Poor me.
Poor
so much to read.
I thought you were transitioning into a monk there. There you go, poor character, and you're just me.
Character insert. No, it's just me. I got so much to read already, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll read fucking Undead Unluck.
Will it come for you that Gokuraku guy's coming in 2 days?
Yes.
It won't come to that.
Because I love Kagurabachi guy.
Same.
But now that we've covered all of our
Catch-up session.
ketchup. Would you like some fries with that ketchup?
Oh, yes, please.
Sorry, I don't have any handy.
Brutal.
You can have this pencil.
Don't hand it to me. I probably would have bit in half.
I'm sure that would be very bad for your health.
I'm sure it would be very good for the show. I did say I'd swallow it. I just said I'd bite it in half.
But then you could also just make the sounds and say you did.
Or I could just buy it.
Moving on. Which of the next ones you got?
Wild strawberries.
I read that today, and I was thinking, like, I had a fucking complaint. I'm trying to remember what. Yeah, so like, just everybody knows now that he has
the Jinka.
Jinka, but it's like I thought he was trying to hide this, and like, there's a lot of suspicious people here. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Well, he's trying to hide it, kind of, but they're also trying to figure out who would be interested in that fact.
True. So maybe he's using himself as kind of like a bait type scenario.
Yeah. That's what I've kind of been looking at all these people they're introducing to, is that any one of them could be in with the bad guys. True. And it's not going to be this guy who's super obviously...
Yeah, no, he's just a Bakugo angry-esque character.
Oh, I didn't even mean the Bakugo one. I meant the creepy Illumi-esque character.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the dude at the bottom of the panel.
No, I meant I'm more interested in this Jinka compared to them. Frankly, I don't give a crap about this test.
True. This test is so stupid, by the way. It makes no sense that if
you
fight
killed like 230 people.
Right? It's like, listen, these guys are recruits. It's like there's always space for soldiers, you know what I mean? And
I would
like
love for this to get animated now so that we could already abridge series it. Of these two guys standing there and be like, hey, I think killing 232 kids isn't kind of worth it. The government's not going to like that.
For real. But, you know, hey, whatever. I ain't the author of the manga. So, let's see where it goes, I guess.
Absolutely.
It just makes no sense because to me, I'm like, I don't know. It's just.
What are you even protecting if you're killing 232 people?
Exactly.
Just to find the maybe 15 among them that you're going to cull down even further.
Yeah. It just seems way. It's just way more beneficial to get some grunts up in this bitch. You know what I mean?
To have a non-lethal first round that you can maybe...
That too. You know what I mean? So, and the whole thing with him, like, just being open with the Jika is kind of weird. I mean, I'm still in it. I'm still liking the series. I'm just like... I feel like they're doing things weird. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Just like when I see things, I'm like, you know, it would make more sense if it was done X way or Y way. But whatever. I'm still in it. In it to win it. So we'll see where it goes from here.
Absolutely. At the end, some freaky Jinka was like, I found you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That was just fucking wild. And I'm like, oh, okay. What is your relationship with this person?
I just noticed they were in the stall next to him the whole time.
Yes.
Because the last stall door opens up and it comes out.
And it's kind of weird looking too. So I'm like sitting here being like, is that something we've seen before? Because it doesn't really look like a Jinka to me.
And maybe I'm reading a little too into it.
Oh.
But the way it says, I found you after him coming in and out of the bathroom, would you not then assume that it's not one of the people that saw him in the test?
Yes, maybe.
Would that make logical sense? Because why else would he be like, I found you?
I've been looking
like
for
that.
You. Yeah, exactly. Because it's not like...
But it's also being translated from Japanese to English, so I can't even really like say if it's like, if I'm reading too deeply into the wording. But to me... That sounds like you didn't just see him in the test. That'd be when you'd be like, I found you.
Right. I don't know, because it's like it could be like a Kaiju number 8 situation with like the thing that found him. It's like
true, or maybe like the Jinka inside of whoever did see him at the test was bursting out and finally getting it's time to say I found you.
Right. Yes. I don't know. There's some theories that you could
run with.
Yeah. But
like
I
the
would
people they're putting in front of me are too obvious. The person I actually was most sus of was the first girl with the glasses that walked up to him being like, I have questions for you. Just because she was the least sus of them.
Right. So it's like, what are you up to, girly?
Still running with that.
Hey, I'm here for it too. For now, we'll see what where it goes. I'm still in it. I mean, it doesn't matter where it's going. I'm still gonna be here.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be watching it. It's not gone off the deep rails or anything like that. It's still interesting. I just want to know. It's in that arc where it's starting to lay foundations of like info, and there's still way too many names that threw at us 2 chapters ago.
Yeah, I don't know any of them.
Yeah, I'm just like this.
Actually,
are you gonna
Kirara, the
Ra-Ra-Me.
Yeah, I'm glad you knew. I'm glad. So I know none of them.
I think or hope that some more of these it's horrible to say, but I hope that some more of these die in this
real
fucking
quick
thing, just so that I don't
you
have
feel less
to
bad.
Yes, basically. Or just actually no, it just not that I'd feel less bad, more that I just won't have to remember so many people's names.
Oh, I'm not gonna try.
You know what I mean? That was a very large number of people.
We're going basilisk up in this bitch.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Fangtooth guy, void eye guy, feisty girl, glasses girl.
Wall guy, cancer guy.
Normal prison guy, robot jaw guy.
Blind guy, actually blind guy, and not really a blind guy. Or was it not really blind guy, new blind guy?
New blind guy.
And what did we call the fucking... I think the only dude whose name we called him by his name was the weirdo.
Oh, Lord Tenzin. Yeah. Tenzin-sama.
Oh, he don't get he's not deserving of the Sama.
Tenzin-kun.
Fuck him. Wall guy's the best. He gets the most kills.
Someday I'll go and watch the sequel. Because there is a sequel to Basilisk somehow.
I'm aware, yeah. I don't think I will. But it's there. It's a thing. Maybe someday, maybe not.
Maybe.
I'm leaning towards not, though.
It just didn't need it.
It did not. It definitely did not.
Are you ready to talk about the return of Big Boobies to Chainsaw Man? Bareem's Big Boobies.
Yeah, I guess. As in, I guess the big boobies. I mean, I'm always down to talk Chainsaw Man.
I like this little corner shot of like the full party.
This way, come on in.
It's all rolling up together.
So we did briefly mention, like, we talked about this briefly together in chat when we read it. But we'll get to that because we talked more later, theorizing. But Bareem just fucking casually just walking in and just sitting down is so wild to me.
I'd also, before we even get into, it is wild, but before we even get into that, I like that Denji is, like, going through some trauma right now. Like, they just skip over everything he's been going through.
Fuck no, I'm gonna kill you.
I have no clue how I even, like, even before Bream's there, he's like, I don't even know how to fucking feel right now with all this shit that's gone down today.
I do not blame him.
And I just got climaxed by somebody else for the first time. Physically, it wasn't as good as when I checked it, but it did make my heart feel really nice. Am I happy or unhappy right now?
Yeah, he's going through it. And
also beam in her eyes at him too.
I still think it's very weird, the whole scenario, and I still lean on the fact, or on the theory that Famine's trying something funky with them and getting them trying to eat shit with her power. You know what I mean?
She's definitely trying something, because Bareem was her underling.
Yeah, now he's here being like, I will
do all these things for us.
If you eat first.
Yeah, but please eat first.
So I'm just like, Humada, 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 humada. Something's fishy here. And I'm sure we're going to be finding out soon-ish. Maybe. Hopefully. Please don't take forever, Fujimoto.
That transition. So I was just kind of rereading through.
No worries.
And it going from Kobeni's brother being like, if I lost an arm, I think I'd cry for about a week. And Bareem coming in, easy does it. It's the same as animals. Animals don't get sad when they lose a limb. They simply adapt for survival.
Brutal.
Just that casual transition to jumping into their conversation. And again, the way Fujimoto captures faces, that is the exact face you'd make making this fucking statement. Although I guess devils don't actually feel sadness.
Right. He does definitely do facial expressions, like, very, very well.
Kenji was going right in for that fucking smoke.
What is that?
Denji going right in for that fucking smoke.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was ready to take names. I was here for it. I was ready for him to take the names.
That's what makes me so sad with Bareem laying his like cock on the counter like that. Be like, so keep quiet. Park it next to me. Here you go.
Yeah. Unfortunate. But again, it's just part of whatever the plan is that's happening here. Like the overarching backstory that we need to find answers to. So I'm okay with it for now. Like I said, though. For now. I don't want to go back to when we're begging Fujimoto for
plot.
No, for answers. Remember when we were doing that?
I remember we were begging for some plot.
Oh, well, that was recently too. So,
how much more does public safety even have to throw at them?
Probably not much. If I'm being honest with you.
They don't know Quan Chi purposely sabotaged the job, but if in their eyes Quan Chi didn't even get the job done, like, what else are you gonna fucking do?
Right? Kishibe?
Yeah, just Kishibe. Kishibe ain't gonna do it. We're gonna get the same loop with that. Kishibe comes into fight, realizes there's no reason to fight, goes their separate ways again.
I just want Kishibe back in the story. That's what I want.
Same. I want to see Kishibe or Kobeni alive.
No, Kobeni deserves her retirement.
They both deserve retirement. I want to see them in retirement come out to protect them. Still don't even know what Kobeni's contract is.
Oh, with what devil she is contracted?
Yeah.
I mean, just give us a data book or something. Leave that girl alone. She's been through enough. For the love of everything that is holy. And I don't even really like her that much as a character, but I'm still over here being like, yo, she deserves her piece. I'm sure she doesn't want to come back into the fold either. You know what I mean? After everything.
True. She's finally free.
She would hate life if she was fucking...
Take care of this shit. A million chainsaw mans on the street. Also, I find it suspicious that the moment they got out of the prison, they even specifically mentioned, hey, isn't it a little weird that we just like killed a bunch of people and broke out of prison and no one's pursuing us or coming after us? Yet when they come down for sushi and Bream's here to eat sushi, he's claiming that they're surrounded by public safety.
Yeah, so I am not so convinced that they are actually surrounded by public safety.
I'm also not convinced.
I think, again, it's a ploy to get them to eat the food immediately for whatever famines got planned. Just because, you know what I mean? Just to be like, all right, let's get these fucking people to eat. They're stalling.
I do also wonder what famine was trying to say. I don't think it's important, but...
Oh, yeah, when she was stuffing her face.
Yeah.
Maybe it could have been unlikely, but who knows?
It's weird.
Yes. The whole situation's weird, man. The last few chapters, I mean, this was the most...
It's after such a streak of good chapters, too. And it suddenly is like, what's going on?
This was the least weird one, because, you know what I mean?
It's true.
Out of at least the last couple that we've had, so...
Yeah, out of the last, 5.
I'm kind of just chilling right now.
We do have another one tomorrow.
Confirmed we do.
Yep, 14 hours.
Nice. Fujimoto, don't go back to your weird shit.
Please don't. Yeah, I'm just happy that it's at least moving to a larger point with it. He didn't just do it and then move on. At least Denji's thinking about things.
In his own thinking way.
I'd be more angry if he just kind of did that and then just moved on like it was a set piece.
Oh, you mean this whole...
The wank thing? Art? Yeah.
It's...
I would have been very upset.
Same. But I don't know. We'll find out at some point within the next couple of chapters what the... or at least I hope so. What the fuck that whole thing was. I'm sure it's not gonna... It's actually, I'm not sure. But I hope it's not like what you just said, just a one-off, here's this random thing that we decided to do.
Because haha funny.
Yeah. Because haha funny, but everyone's talking about it, so...
Haha relevant.
Exactly. But at the same time, not really. I don't know. Let's see where Fujimoto takes it. I have hopes.
Speaking of hopes, my hopes just got dashed. I opened my tab, saw that wolf guy from Zenless Zone Zero.
Oh.
They named him Lycanon. And I want to die inside.
That's fucking hilarious.
All of my hype dead. So stupid. I'm gonna make a vampire named Nosferatos.
Really?
No, because it's stupid.
Come on, man. Why not? But yeah, it's a little on the nose. And
too on the nose.
A little too much.
Von Lycanon.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Look at the character design slaps.
True. What kind of game is it again, you said?
Some sort of real-time action.
Some kind.
Yeah, it seems like you go into an arena, fight mobs in like a Devil May Cry action system.
Interesting.
To be honest, my hype's low. I don't like MiHoYo much, but I'll give it a try.
Neither do I, personally. But, you know, maybe it's good for you, maybe it's not.
It's free. And I've successfully not put money into a MiHoYo game, so...
True. Because I'm sure even the smallest amount that they offer you to put in is probably still also a lot of money. You know what I mean? So, I'm good, thanks. Fucking gacha games, though, it's just like that. I think we talked about it before. It's just like to roll on anything is just
too much.
It's just so much money. It's like, what are you doing here? Why is it so much? But I can tell you exactly why it's so much. Because people buy it. So they keep it at that much. If that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe someday, in a perfect world,
we'll just get all our content for one base price again?
Yeah. Doubtful anytime soon. Highly unlikely anytime soon.
Highly unlikely ever.
I don't know. I have... Yeah, probably not. You're probably right. Probably never. As I cry.
At least as industry-wide as you would want it. Like...
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be... I mean, your Baldur's Gates, your Elden Rings.
Every indie game.
Yeah. Basically every indie game. But then, because like people will say like, oh, you know, this sets a precedent, but it kind of does, but it kind of also just doesn't, because like the like I was watching a video today, and the $100 version or $120 version of the new Assassin's Creed game is selling better than the standard $60 or $70 version of it in Japan. So it's like there's just like the silent majority of people that just don't give a fuck and they just want their thing, you know what I mean, are just gonna keep buying their thing. And so long as those people exist, nothing's gonna change. But then those people are always gonna exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I think that it's probably never going away. This whole money situation with games, which is unfortunate. But you know,
everybody has their weakness. I mean,
everyone. Every single.
I fell into all the pre-order stuff for Diablo because I'm a Diablo fan, but I fucking boycott Ubisoft and EA games pretty to the T. I don't think I've bought a Ubisoft game in 6 years, 7 years. Or downloaded a Ubisoft game. Like, I don't even play their free-to-play stuff.
Same. I mean, I will probably never play a Ubisoft game again.
Mostly because they're shit. There's no reason to break my boycott.
This is true. This is very true.
But even I had, like, my exceptions that I even went to, like, pre-order for and shit like that.
But, I mean, you should just do the same thing for Blizzard, to be honest with you, at this point. And just wait until some kind of review comes in where you can evaluate whether it's worth your time, money, energy, what have you.
Most people should. I'm pretty happy with my purchase.
True, actually, yeah. I mean, Diablo had some of its faults that people talk about, but
it's certainly worth the money I put into it, which was the base. No, one step above base, so 90, I think. Because I did that early access.
Yeah, which is also such a scam.
That is the easiest way to make extra money, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also be like the easiest thing to regulate away. Be like, your fucking release date has to be your release date.
Yeah. I mean, there's no problem with like early access. I get like, so if you want to put in early access for a game for pre-orders, so that's like your reward you're giving them to get your money up front. Be like, hey, we had a long dev cycle. We kind of don't want to wait. And it's whatever your early access is.
Hold the line, brother. No.
No, I mean, I don't have no problem with if you pre-order, but you're paying the same price as the standard. So it's like, instead of paying the $90 for Diablo to get early access, you just pre-ordered. And by the act of pre-ordering, back in the day when we would pre-order
I'm thinking of the statues and little figurines I would get for pre-ordering.
You'd open your case and there'd be a code in there for like a weapon or a fucking something in game.
Like a little Battleborn statue for going to the pre-order.
Yeah. Look, I got a bunch of stuff for pre-ordering. Nope, never mind. That just comes with the collector's
Now I get to
edition.
go into the game 3 days early. It's them spitting on me.
Yeah, probably.
Literally.
Oh boy.
We're from get a little statue to, hey, maybe your gun's a different color now.
That's...
Do you want an art book? No. You can have a helmet. An in-game helmet.
I still think probably one of the most badass collector's editions ones was the one you got for fucking Hellzone.
Killzone?
Killzone.
Yeah, that Hellgast helmet. That
Yeah.
thing's still sitting pretty in my room. Well, in the basement. I got a nice little table for it.
It came with a chest too, right? That's the one you put all your magic cards in?
Nope, that one was the Borderlands one. It came with a loot crate.
Nah.
That was also pretty lit.
The only physical collector's edition of anything that I bought, well, I think the other one.
13.2?
13.2, and I think, well, it might just be a bundle pack, but my 1.5 and 2.5 for Kingdom Hearts.
Ooh,
It comes in a metal case.
nice.
But the collector's edition of 13.2 that I have, the case itself is like felted material, super nice. I have the full soundtrack on the DVD, or it's literally a CD that has the full soundtrack. It's 4 discs, so you got the soundtrack on 1 disc, you got the game. The game might actually be on 2 discs, because it was at the time where games could still be on 2 discs. And I feel like there was another disc in there for something, but I don't know what it would be in a game, because it's not
Maybe
going
a commentary on making it.
Maybe, but I feel like that's more of a movie thing than a game thing. And
Could be
there's
art
a mini art book that's in there too.
I bet it's behind the scenes of some kind.
Yeah. I don't know.
They need to make a 13 collection already.
Or just port that shit somewhere so that people can play it again.
True.
Only for 13.2 though, because fuck 13.3, that game
Yeah,
is fucking trash.
I know they're going to come out with like a all 3 game collection someday, but it would be so lit if they just remastered them separately so I can buy the one good one.
Or just make it like Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5, where you get to play 13 and 13.2, and then there's a cinematic to watch the story cutscenes for 13.3.
Which I won't.
Same.
I'll buy that, play 13.2, try the DLC bosses, dip.
I'd play 13 again.
I'd try it again, but I didn't even get far in it once.
The problem is you'd want to do it before you play 13-2 again.
And I won't.
I know. Because you'd play 13-2 and you'd then try and go to 13 and you'd be like, you can't do it. Because 13-2 is just
better.
A vastly better combat system. It's the update.
It's just a vastly better game, damn it.
Well, yeah, because it's literally the upgraded 13. Everything that 13.2 is what 13 is, just better because it's 3 years later technology-wise, and they're like, oh yeah, this didn't work and this didn't work. Let's fix it this way and that way.
And give them Pokemon.
Well, for your third your third party member is...
Yes, that's the best part.
Is it? Yeah, because then you could cycle between the third.
Yeah, instead of form shifting, you're switching which of the... you had like 3 pre-set up.
Yeah. I remember that.
Exactly. It's the best one.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes me sad is like... because of the monster system, which is still better, you don't get more party members. So I do like having a full party of people.
Same. I always get sad in games when I reach max party size. So I was like, damn, that means I'm not getting anybody else. So it's like, I like I'm there in Persona 3. I have all the party members now. And I'm like, damn.
I always love getting that last party member, though. That late party member.
Depends on how late.
Because what's her face? Riku is her name? FF10?
Yeah. She's not terribly late, but
she's pretty late. She's the latest.
No, I think you have her before you get fucking, blue guy.
I don't think so. Because isn't he with the rest of the gang? The GAANG.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And she comes, like, you have one little story beat early with her before you get separated. But she kind of just, like, washes up to you guys later.
Well, that's the thing.
And everyone else is like, we're racist. And Titus is like, yo.
But that's the thing with 10 is you get most of your party members almost instantly.
Yeah, because the moment you leave that first village, it's like, you gained all of them. Get Yuna, Kaimari, Waka, and Lulu?
Yes. And
all
Aaron.
At the same time. And who?
Aaron. I think is his name.
Oh, yes. How could I forget about him? Oron.
Yes, the best character in
The
10.
best character, yes. So you get 5 of them up front right there.
And the only other person is Riku.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them kind of leave for a little bit type deal, but you basically have them all to go.
10 had the best. Because party swapping was like the main mechanic in that game, and that felt so good.
Yes.
The ultimate party system.
10's a good game. It's just that the voice acting is so janky because it's so new to gaming that Titus falls flat.
I don't mind. Sometimes. Those internal monologues are the worst. That's where he really, really hits that falls flat. Sometimes when he's talking to Yuna, like, I'm good with it. But anytime he's, like, thinking to himself, I'm like,
I'll play it again someday. Maybe, like, 10 years from now. Because I don't get rid of games. I have them. I don't have a hard copy, but I take very good care of my PlayStation Vita. And I have it on there.
Nice.
I have mad Final Fantasy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 10-2 on my Vita.
Nice.
And Dissidia. I don't have 5, but I think you're able to... I don't know if you're actually able to download it.
Now you're not.
Now I'm not, because the store is unavailable on
Yes.
Vita. So...
You were originally able to, though, because I'm pretty sure I had 5.
But 5's like my second least interested. Well, 2's probably my second least interested one. But 5 is my third least interested one to play. 8 is my least. I will never play 8.
3 is above 5.
They're kind of equal.
At least 5 has a story.
True.
It's not very great, but it's...
Gilgamesh is in it. X-Death.
Yes. So, I mean, there's some stuff there. Not that I even heard X-Death's name uttered.
Yeah. It's just chilling with that tree.
I think I've gone to the same point in that fucking game every time I've tried playing it. It's not even a hard wall. It's just I get to this plot point where like the pirate's like, I'm not the gender you thought I was. I'm the other gender. I'm like, cool. And then for some reason I just stopped playing. Maybe something about having a boat because I inherently didn't like. I don't know. I just got bored with it.
If I can beat 1, I can beat any of them.
Well, if you beat 2, you can beat any of them.
Facts. If I can beat
1, you can beat most of them.
I can beat all but 2.
All but 2.
I would like to beat 2 just for the talking points to be like, or like the gloat points to be like, yeah, I beat Final Fantasy 2. I played that game.
Now I think about it, the only Final Fantasies I've beaten are
13-2.
13-2. Both Dissidias and 14 up to a certain expansion. I gotta take all the wins I can get. I'm not leaving any of those off the fucking list.
I do pray that someday you'll return long enough for 14 just to finish Endwalker's story. Because that would be the complete definitive, be like, okay, this entire story arc is done, and I am done.
I hate to say I'm way more interested in like Endwalker than Shadowbringers. Because again, I feel like they ripped me away from the main plot to do other stuff. And I was kind of in that. I was kind of into that.
So it's going to feel like that for a little while until you start really seeing what's actually happening around you. And then you go like, oh no, this is the real plot. Because you can't do Endwalker without Shadowbringers.
No, I figure.
And then you can't figure out what's actually happening, what you left without doing Shadowbringers. Everything's all tied together, and it's beautifully tied together. Shadowbringers is still my favorite expansion.
Better, because I felt like I just got isekai'd away in the middle of the story.
So, because
not only did I get isekai'd away, but me and all my buddies got isekai'd away.
Yeah.
In another world with my fan club.
Because I can't say it. Because
She'll be back eventually, but I feel like every time I come back for less time.
Yeah, and then you don't do anything. You just like, oh, I'm going to work on relics. Like, why?
Hey, I did some story.
Yeah.
I did like half of the Shadowbringers main base story so far.
Well, because not the last time you came back, the time before that, you were that's when you were really hamming shit out, because you did like all of Stormblood.
Yeah, before that. But I did like half of Shadowbringers the last time I was there. I'm leaving Fairyland. Just left Fairyland.
Yeah, so you're like a
64,
third of the way.
60. That was like 63, 64, yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a lot. Shadowbringers, well, Endwalker mainly changed it a lot, but there's a lot of content. So before, for instance, Heaven's Ward, the last quest in the story, so you do a quest that you're at what level is that, 59?
Yeah.
Right? You do a bunch of level 59 quests, and then you have one level 60 quest, which is the very last quest of the story arc.
Post.
Yeah, but now it's very common to have a lot of max level quests. Like, I don't want to say a lot, it's probably like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But they're long quests so they're like extending the story out to be like, okay, let's actually, instead of trying to condense all this shit into 3 minutes, let's
Let it breathe.
Let it breathe a little bit.
And I'm sure I'll be back. I just hate paying a sub fee. I really do.
No, I get it. I do. I don't know how far the free trials go, though. But... because sometimes they have the free login campaigns, too. That's when you do it. That's when you actually do it. It's the free login campaigns. Because it's for you. Yeah. Not for new players. You know what I mean? It's for people that have a character already existing that you just log in and you play for free. But the free trial is for new players. Yeah. But free trial only goes so far. But free login campaign, there's no restrictions. You just can log in as if you're subbed and you're good to go.
And to be a little fair here, I'm almost done with one of those relics now. I am on the last step of my Astro relic.
Nice.
Finally.
This expansion is okay.
Okay.
It's definitely the weakest, but that's not to say that it's bad.
It also has to start from scratch in a way.
Yes, but then it's also
saga.
When you look at the expansions with 14, it's like, first one, Heaven's Word, fucking banger. Yeah. Stormblood got a bad rap on release because it had Raubon's Wall and really bad server issues. But when you look back at it, it was really good. And also...
pretty good. It's not as good as Heaven's Word.
No, it's not. But then also...
call it bad by any means.
But then also all the point patches of Stormblood, while we were doing them, we didn't enjoy them. Because there was a lot of issues that pushed back dates and stuff like that. I just
didn't like the setting as much as...
but everyone...
even Shadowbringers, and I've been complaining about Shadowbringers.
Everyone looks back now, though, and we're like, yeah, content-wise, like the thing...
yeah, the story was good. The story kept me through it.
Not even story, because the community will judge an expansion on two different fronts. You got the story front, and then you got the content.
What I actually played front.
What I played. Stormblood has the most substance. Stormblood has the most sustenance. Like, that was the expansion that had the most to do, the most reward for everything. So just content-wise, Stormblood should be at the top of the list. But it's not. And there's a bunch of problems that happened with, like, release timers. So, like, there was a lot of empty space because patches were pushed back for certain shit. So we had a lot of nothing to do for sometimes because of some issues that happened. But then Heaven's Ward, the story is such a banger. The content was too hard for a lot of people, but it's like, because they stepped it up so high, but it's still good. So it's like up there. Shadowbringers, just everybody loves fucking Shadowbringers. Story, the content is stepped down, is more homogenized. So it's like, gave it more access to more people. You know what I mean? But then Endwalker did that even further. So Endwalker feels like a solo expansion. All of the content that they give you or allow you to do in Endwalker is solo-able. So like Island Sanctuary, you do that solo. Criterion Dungeons, you can queue for those solo and they sync to solo. The Relic Grind is the worst Relic Grind in all of the expansions because it is literally just tomes. There's one NPC near the Aetheryte in the main city that you would go to, and every time there's a new quest, you do the quest, and then he asks you to buy 3 of a specific rock that all cost 500 of the newest tome at that person. And that's the entire Relic Farm. You do a quest, you go buy 1,500 worth of tomes, you bring them back to him, you make your weapon.
Doesn't sound that bad.
In the future, it's going to be great for being like, I get a lot of relics for free. But in the time where everything is done solo, there's nothing to do. There's no grinds whatsoever in the game. There's no repeatable content for someone to do while it's live service.
The only thing that makes me say I like that is it's not a fucking step that takes like 8 lines to explain how to fucking do it. Yeah. That's how I judge if a relic step is good or not. How contrived is this process.
Right. So
the height of bullshit contrivance will always be the fucking books. Here's a book full of random ass rare busy work. Fuck off now.
Yeah, well, a Realm Reborn had the worst relics.
That's what I mean.
Grind fest after grind
I
fest.
get that for a player that plays the newest content and does the relics as they come out, it's all about more like time and like fun and shit. For me, it's just, how stupid does this fucking sound right now? You want me to do 8 specific dungeons? Oh, I love that. It just tells me I have light after. Oh, I just do anything and I gather light into my thing till it's ready. Cool. Go kill these mobs in these areas, these fates that only come up once every 4 fucking hours.
Get me these 6 different items that I'm not going to tell you how you get them.
And go do leave quests.
Those don't exist anymore.
Wait, how do you do those books?
I don't know.
I still have one of those books.
Don't know. Well, they might still exist. The old ones might still be there. But new expansions, there's no more.
Good, because they're garbage.
Yeah. They're not a thing.
I think I've done leave quests twice ever.
I used to do them a lot because they were good experience.
That's weird. I remember doing one experience farm with somebody where we were doing leave quests. And the other time was when I was doing books.
Actually, I take that back. It was terrible experience, but it was a third option for experience. Because the only options were dungeon, fates, or levs. That was it. There's a billion options now. So much so that levs are just garbage. Get those things out of my face.
They're already garbage. Stupid.
They were very.
Usher this thing across the map by waving it over.
Oh my god, the Becky... Dude, there was a quest in Dawntrail. And I said it to my wife as soon as it happened. I was like, no! She's like, what's wrong? I was like, this person I have to follow is slower than my jogging speed, but faster than my walking speed.
I have another Shadowbringers complaint. Those real-time camera events are really fucking stupid.
Oh, well, you have to move. Yeah,
Look at these objects in baskets.
Oh, those are here to stay, bud.
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah, those are there.
I want to die. It reminds me of when they do the real-time action, like QTEs.
I got those.
Like, beware, you have to hit triangle in 5 seconds. Look out, you have to hit it in 3 seconds.
So it's not those anymore. They're more you have to keep pressing the button.
I like that better for the type of game. That one ship one I thought was just...
I did one the other day that was needlessly too hard.
I'd prefer needlessly too hard.
For the doing it, I mean, it didn't fail. I came really close.
Yeah.
But then it's like, bullshit. My wife was like, oh yeah, watch, because it's so easy on keyboard. So you can do it faster if you press multiple buttons at the same time.
Yeah.
So she just takes her 10 fucking fingers and just slams it on her keyboard, and she's just doing a billion buttons at a time, and it's just...
That's what you do with your controller and hit the shoulders while you're at it.
Well, yeah, I just put it down, and I just... 3 fingers was the X, square, and circle, and I just go back and forth, and then just... Like, you know what I mean?
I wonder if joystick movement counts then, because those are arrow keys on the arrow. Damn it, it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's actual button presses. And I think it's just... I mean, I don't know. I only ever press the shapes. I don't ever try the
Yeah, I'd be scared it'd fuck up my entire UI to start smacking all those at the same time.
The D-pad buttons feel different. You know, I feel like you can press the shapes faster than you can the D-pad buttons.
Yeah.
Because D-pad buttons are more... I don't know how to explain.
That's my thing would be just like that.
But
yeah, those were the worst QTEs, and those fucking camera lens events can suck my dick. I was laughing as I did this because of how much I thought they were dumb.
there's a lot of bullshit in Dawntrail.
I get it's to break things up too. It's because you're doing the same thing for so long. It's like, hey, we zoomed in your camera. Find the object. That's different.
It is different, but I don't mind it because it takes 3 seconds.
It really does take. I just thought it's silly.
Yeah,
it was a silly thing.
But right now, I haven't even finished it. But I mean, I'm level 100. I'm on like 97 or 98 level quests, so I'm almost done. But the first half, I felt like I was babysitting the character. A lot of people seem to like her, but I'm like, she's just an overgrown baby. She's an oversized child, and I find her personality extremely annoying. So I'm like... But then, like, 2 other characters are with another new character, and they're off doing that, and I'm like, why can't I go with the serious cat boy? Let me go with the serious cat boy. Kona. But it's good. It's not bad, but compared to the other expansions, but the other expansions had the benefit of
long-term storytelling.
Yes, and this is a new story arc being told. So the zones are cool, except for one I think is stupid and does not fit anywhere in it. It's just,
I think Pictomancer sounds stupid, but it has cool looking animations.
It does, but it's very confusing.
I don't know anything about the mechanics.
Neither do I. I can tell you. But zones are cool, dungeons are cool, you know, all the content is good. The story is just meh. It's just okay. There's a lot of good moments. There's a lot of good characters.
Is there another skill calling?
Not really that bad. I mean, it's... They finally did it. And I didn't realize it. I was trying to fuck with it, and I was getting confused, and I'm like, I don't understand it. But then I was like, wait a minute. So with Monk, the dotted lines follow the actual rotation now, instead of you having to remember what you did the last rotation. Because before you'd have to do, you know,
you'd have
Bushine, and then like each one. So like the first tier, Oppo stances, you alternate between Bushine and Dragon Kick.
Yeah.
And then the next tier, it's True Strike or Twin Snakes. But then Twin Snakes, in some expansions, like back in Shadowbringers, Twin Snakes lasted long enough for you to get 2 strikes in, to then come back to Twin Snakes.
Yeah, some you alternate every third, and some you alternate every other.
Yes. So now, instead of you pressing one button and then like all of the next available stances light up in the colors, the next one that you should be going lights up.
Oh, no. Boo.
No, I'm all
Skillful
for it.
drop. Boo. Boo.
Well, especially, I'm just 100% for it.
I'm just wondering how that works for, like, ticking effects. Like, if it's still ticking down, will it know to outline the ticking effect that you need to refresh?
Oh, Demolish?
Whichever.
Which is the dot.
Or Dragon Kick. Does
But
Dragon Kick also put an effect on them? Or did they get rid of that? It's been so long.
Yeah, so Dragon Kick now just makes it so that your next boot shine crits.
I thought that was just always when you're behind them.
Yes, it was until Shadowbringers. Or Dawn.
And Twin Snakes had some sort of effect.
Twin Snakes is still the same. It's just... Actually, I don't know. I think in this... That's Demolish. But I think Demolish got its dot removed, or Twin Snakes got its buff removed, where you do like they've reduced it.
I feel like they'd have to do both to make the new system work. I feel like it wouldn't outline the refresh unless the buff or tick was gone.
Well, no, because the refresh, if you did the original thing as soon as you applied it, as long as you had perfect uptime, that would never drop off.
That's what I mean. Will it know to outline that? Well,
yeah, because you do the one rotation, then you do the other one, then you do this one, and then this one. But then when you go back to it, if you do the 1 2 3 1 2 4 1 2 3 1 2 4, every time you do the 2 4, the timing lines up where it would auto refresh those, and it was always like that. So as long as you were hitting the boss and doing the sequence in order correctly, those buffs never fell off for Monk. They only fell off if you fucked up and instead of doing Dragon Kick, you did Boot Shine.
Yeah, because they're the only ones where you have to cycle all the way back around to get back to it.
Exactly. So you would lose one and you're like, shit, okay, go through the rest of it, get back the next cycle. But now it just lights up the combo bar on your thing so you just can go through because they're off they have more other stuff that are interleaved, they got more complicated off of that. So having complex stuff over here and now this was just a little bit too much, because I was always focusing on this part because this is the funner part. This is just the 1, 2, 3 combo that you've been doing for 10 years that I always fucked up somehow, briefly. But I would always prioritize this part because this part is the fun shit. That's where you get the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And you weave that in there. So now I have to, the monotony part, the 1, 2, 3 bullshit, I don't have to think about. I can only think about this other stuff. No, it's amazing. I love it. I'm so happy about it. It's just, Dragoon was going to get a huge rework, and it just barely got changed at all. They just made quality of life adjustments to it. Reaper is exactly the same. They give me 2 new abilities.
Actually, forgot Reaper's not the same class as the new one.
Yeah, Viper.
Yeah.
Viper is wild, super fast paced. Just don't really fully understand it. Ninja, I was so ready to drop Ninja because Viper was coming out, but then they just had to fucking show off the Ninja new skills, and I'm like, why do those look so cool?
I didn't like how Ninja looked last expansion. That one looked like the wild one, the way too much shit to do one.
Oh yeah, there's a fuckload of buttons to press.
It's so many buttons.
There'll never be as many buttons as Summoner.
I like hard dropped fucking Ninja. Is Summoner got that bad? I mean,
well, Summoner's 1,000,000,000% different than you have ever played.
I played during Shadowbringer. I played after, like, post Endwalker coming out.
Well, you played when
he summoned shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I know you've been doing a lot more Sage. Not
yeah,
Sage,
I was doing Summoner.
Healer, right? You're doing Scholar? What healer were you doing? Sage.
I was doing Sage and Astrologian.
Yeah, Astro. That's the one you're seeing. You do.
I was still doing Summoner.
Huh.
I went in thinking I was going to do all Summoner, and I'm like, this is kind of boring.
So, that's a lot of what people said, because Shadowbringers is when it changed, Summoner changed.
So I'm just hitting the same buttons that just change color.
So it's not really until you get everything that you feel.
Yeah, I still didn't get to the point where I could weave the summon abilities.
Yeah, and then they all have their super too that you could use.
That's the part that's also kind of snooze fest. I'm just watching my buttons turn into fancier buttons. I'm just like, because your ruins just turn into like the summon blasts, and then your other eggy assaults turn into the summon abilities. So it's just like I'm unlocking my buttons being real buttons.
Well, that's a lot what they do now to save button space,
which is fair.
Yeah.
But that's also how I lost my favorite animation in the game, Rage of Halone.
Yeah, I know.
That fucking breaks my heart to this day that animation's gone.
That's still, to me, the only reason Shadowbringers is a 9.9 out of 10.
Because they got rid of Rage of Halone?
No, because they got rid of Butcher's Block. You can still use Rage of Halone if you really wanted to when you sink down. There is no Butcher's Block. Butcher's Block is gone.
Saying I could use it when I sink down is still kind of...
It's still in the game somehow.
Oh,
it has not been deleted.
Oh, joy. I'm going to go do Stone Vigil.
Yeah. But...
just to use Rage of Halone.
I'm just saying, it's there still, and this one's deleted. That's all I care about.
Why didn't they just swap it?
All they needed to do was put the effects of the other one on this Rage of Halone.
Yeah, literally swap the animations, man.
Not even.
Why'd you keep the jump spin slash over?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, because the other one, it's just changed the potencies. It'd be way easier, and just add the effect to the thing. They just deleted Rage of Halone and made that the combo action instead. They took the easy way out, and they did the exact same thing for Dark Knight and Warrior. And Dark Knight lost powers. The Soul's Edge one, the one Cecil's Ground Dark attack where he slices Dark and then grabs the orb and hits with it. That was their fucking Enmity finisher. And they did a stupid one where he stabs him and jumps up.
Jumpy slash.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Terrible.
It's fucking dumb, and it's still in the game now. And then Butcher's Block, an amazing combo ender, and they got rid of it for the fucking Storm's Path, which is my least favorite animation in the game.
They just don't know the good animations.
No, they don't. And it makes me sad. But it's okay, though. I'm a casual tank. My DPS animations are on point.
I've had a tank up to like expansion cap since Realm Reborn. No, maybe End of Heavensward. I think I had my Gladiator to 60.
I just play too much that I just have everything up there.
It's Astro, the Machinist.
Yes. And White Mage, Summoner, and Black Mage.
Sadness.
All of the melees. I'm a melee guy, okay? Not a huge range. Physical guy, because I have the range physicals. But I didn't level up Dancer or...
Machinist.
Yeah, Machinist. But I didn't level up Bard in Endwalker. I got Dancer to 90, but I didn't get Bard to 90.
I was looking Bard last time I played. And then I played Machinist. I was like, oh, I could just do this and not have to think at all.
I got Red Mage to like 85.
Nice. I liked Red Mage when I first played it, and I just kind of stopped liking it.
It's alright. I mean, I wanted a caster, and Pictomancer doesn't seem like it's going to suit me.
It's just not my class fantasy. So I was so desperate to get off Astrologian. Like, I like having cards, and I like buffing and stuff, but I don't see myself wielding a globe into battle.
Yeah. I don't know.
I do see myself using 4 floating pylons of magic.
Sage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sage is really fun. The only healer I'll probably ever play. Yes, it will be the only healer I ever play because my White Mage is level 21 and my Summoner isn't high enough level to unlock Scholar.
It pretty much Sage existing guarantees that I'll never have to try Scholar again.
Yes.
Honestly. That was my first big healer. I did a Lost Scholar back in a Realm Reborn.
I remember. They're pretty good to have. I enjoy having a Scholar in a high-end raid environment because of a skill that we memed to fuck last expansion when we heard about it and said it was going to be shit, and it turned out to be the best.
With the fairy sacrifice thing?
No, Expedient. It gives everybody sprint.
Oh, no, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, well, we memed the fuck out of it because, like, oh, it gives everybody sprint. And then we started playing the game with it, and we're like, oh, no, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
It was good. But Dawntrail, like I said, it's good. I'm having a lot of fun. There's good stuff. But right now, it's at the bottom of the list of expansions.
Never coming back then.
It's at the top of the list of launches, though.
Nice.
They had one crash last night.
They didn't want to not sell the game like last time.
Well, because actually, that may not be true because this is too long ago. I don't remember ever, me personally, having a single problem with the Heavensward launch. I don't ever remember crashing. I don't ever remember having issues logging in.
It's way too long ago for me to remember or not.
Stormblood, I had the worst experience. Because 3 hours into playing, I reached a solo instance that bottlenecked the servers. So it was letting like 1 or 2 people in at a time. And so you would come talk to this NPC.
It would try to make an instance for you for the...
And it would fail and boot you out back into standing next to him. And it was...
I think I was in there too, actually.
For everybody on all servers. It took me from Friday morning at, say, like, it was like 3 hours in, so say servers went live at like 6, at like 9 o'clock in the morning Friday. All day Friday, Friday night, all day Saturday, And Saturday, late Saturday night is when I finally got in and got past it.
Damn.
So Stormblood had a very bad launch because of that
One
quest. So now they've learned that they don't put those quests so early into it's really fucking early into the story too. So that was that. Shadowbringers had a 90k issue when that was logged. So you'd just be playing, you'd get the error code 90k and it would log you out.
Damn.
So I have on my keychain, my wife bought it for me. It's a metal printout of the 90k message that shows up on your screen.
90k.
And I think it's actually, it's like 90001 or something, but I forget what the exact number is. But so that was Shadowbringer's issue. You'd randomly just get 90k'd. But then Endwalker's issue was the servers, because Endwalker at the end of Shadowbringers is when Asmongold started playing and all these other big streamers just got into it in the low period.
Yeah.
And it just popped off and their server load wasn't ready for Endwalker Live because so many the popularity of the game grew so much.
They hit that famous suffering from success moment.
Yes.
We had to stop selling the game because the servers are so full.
So
La da 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 is a motherfucking DOWG.
So I would have very few I think maybe we got one crash. Once you got into the game, you're fine. There were no issues with running into quests that were bottlenecking people or whatever. The problem was getting into the game. Server queue times in like 3,000s.
Yeah.
Some servers having like 9,000, like Balmung and Gilgamesh and stuff like that. So that wait time is like 3 hours to get in. And that lasted for weeks.
Oof.
So what I would do is, because at the time at the job I was working, I get home earlier than my wife. So I would get home, put us both in queue, do shit around the house, make sure we stayed in queue, because that was another issue that you could potentially have where you could get booted out of the queue.
Ew.
And make sure she was logged in before she got home, and then we would be able to play. But this one, like I said, we had an issue, and it was all servers. It wasn't just one server. From what she gathered when she was looking at the forums, it was every server crashed all at once. Just the whole game crashed, and it was back up, and so the servers were still down. We couldn't log in, so we watched the final episode of Demon Slayer, and came back, sat in queue for 25 minutes ish. We're back in, and we're in for the rest of the night, and that was it. And that was the only long queue. Every other time we logged in, 2-minute queue.
Nice.
You know what I mean? There's always a queue. Even in Dead Space, like there's like dead times, you're sitting in like a 14-person queue. I mean, that takes 15 seconds to get in, but so at least that's good. They got there because they've done a lot of server. There's new servers. There's a whole new data center.
Nice.
North American data center. So there's 2 data centers. Well, it's actually 2 new data centers. Oceanic for Australia. We got a new one, and they're coming out with the 2nd European data center, or it's already out. So there's a lot of good shit. But let's finish this off with Dandadan.
Yes.
Because the moment I've been asking for.
It's finally
The moment I've prayed for. It's here, man. Fucking Okuran gave his pair. He grew a pair. In his empty sack of missing pairs, he grew new ones today. And he said upon his lips that he loves her.
to her face.
With an audience. So you cannot deny it later. Such a beautiful panel, too.
Yes.
Now, I want this fucking arc to finish so we can get that again.
No, I don't want to let go of you.
I did not expect it to happen so soon.
Right?
The will they won't they of them has been happening for a little while though, but I thought typical manga would give us a slower build up to it.
That's my goat. Excuse me, that's my goat.
Yukinobu Tatsu being like, nah fam. You
It's
can just
time.
It's time. Here you go.
You built it up perfectly too. From all the little bits to the letter to saying it now, absolutely.
Yes. It was great. I love the fucking dudes who just randomly pulled out all of their electronic musical equipment.
It's a booster.
Rock out.
Also, reasons why Dandadan is web only.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. What's worse? Her wearing a bikini with turtle shells as
Oh,
over
Denji
her
getting
boobs,
jacked off
or
is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, though. It came to me mind. That's what I laughed in the car. It's like,
Yeah, but like, okay, same thing though. It's like, for me...
yeah, I saw cum in Chainsaw Man.
Well, not even just eliminating Chainsaw Man, or yeah, Chainsaw Man falls into my point too, but seeing a girl in basically a bikini, which you could see going to the beach. You can see someone dressed scantily, more scantily clad than that image of the class president in everyday life. You know what you can't see? Going to the beach, or just anywhere, and a dude ripped in half. Or the head cut off. Or stabbed in the face. Or cum. You know what I mean? Or dudes getting diced up by fucking cleaves.
Well, how about this? Passing a testicle between two people.
Yeah, but the yeah. So we know it's a testicle, but it's just the golden ball. Yeah, I know. It's just,
No, it's stupid.
it is stupid.
It's absolutely stupid. All the people floating up in one, that smoke with the fucking spirit.
I think it's probably because of the early chapters.
Probably still, yeah.
The first,
We want your banana organ.
yes, and suck on my titties,
I'll gobble your schlong.
globble your schlong, the Momo and Sephiroth thing, and then the
Him initially losing his balls, too.
yes, and then the Loch Ness monster stuff.
Yes.
So all of the like first 3 arcs. That's why it's web only. Zuma though,
Fucked up.
the thing seems to think he's dead.
Yeah, like straight up dead.
I don't know if he is or not.
He better
Hope
not be.
be.
Team Zuma. He has to get up and swoop Momo off her feet.
That's not happening, and you know it.
Like, sorry, Ken. She's taken.
No, my ship's cannon, bro.
My ship's can.
My ship's cannon, motherfucker.
Well, she told him to try again.
And asked him to swear it 4 times in a row.
Yeah, to make sure he stays alive. He has to have something to look forward to. We'll get him through.
Oh, it will.
And then he'll be crushed.
With joy when she says that she loves him too.
Actually, with the time dilation, Momo's gonna get out and Ken and Zuma are gonna be together.
Well, no, it's the time. She's the one in the time dilation.
Oh, yeah, she'll be the one that gets older. Damn it. I had the perfect setup. So her and Granny will be together when they get out. You took too long. I needed a lover. I took Granny and every single, what were they, goblins?
I hope it's just a passing thing, this time dilation. I would really hate it if Momo comes out an adult and just stays an adult for the rest of the
that'd
story.
be brutal.
It would be heartbreaking. just grows up like 5-6 years, and now
I do think something's gonna happen here. The way like Ken just was able to get out that I love you.
Yeah, it's like it seems like it's in a weird place.
Something's gonna happen.
I hope not.
Not too, but I'm betting money.
I'm scared. Hold me.
And all this before Jermaine even shows his face.
Well, shows his hand.
Shows his anything.
Yeah, because he showed his face quite a few times, but that's about it. Please don't. Please just don't do that.
It's gonna happen. I'm feeling it. Also interesting that this thing was like, you class president, you have the potential to destroy the world.
If you say so.
Right?
Maybe.
It's weird because I was looking for like angry, disenfranchised people.
She doesn't seem very angry or disenfranchised. The yokai that possessing her, 100%.
Yeah.
Her, not so much. Please, Yukinobu, don't do no timey-wimey bullshit.
Don't do any bullshit.
Just have them fight, have her come out, just, like, continue on with this.
And then Tsuma sweeps her off her feet.
Do not make Momo older to where the point where her and Ken can't be together. Please, no. That's all I care about. Anyway, I think that's a good place.
Yeah. Didn't miss anything this time.
Dandadan coming in hard at the end there. Don't fucking ruin this, Yukinobu. You've been on point and on fire for eons and ages past. Please continue the trend. I don't
He's
want
got this.
Yeah, he's got it. I just need to stop stressing. I'm stressing right now. I'm freaking out over nothing. It's okay. Trust in the G. OD.
The 3 double-page spread master.
Yes. But take care, y'all.
Peace.
We'll figure it out next week. Hopefully, nothing too bad goes down. Bye-bye now.